Welcome to Tirthankar Mahavir University, Moradabad Center for Distance and Online Education. Program Master of Arts in Education. Course name is Philosophical Foundation of Education. Course code is DMAE 101. Semester first. Course outcome. Course outcomes are Course outcome first. On the completion of the course, the students will be understanding the nature, function, principles and ideology of philosophy in education. Course outcome 2. Applying the principles and thoughts of philosophers in present education. Course outcome 3. Analyzing the contribution made by prominent Indian and Western philosophers in education. This is 4 credit course. Course contents are in the unit first. Unit first name is Education and Philosophy. Here in this, education, meaning, nature and concept, philosophy, meaning, nature and concept, then the relationship between education and philosophy. Unit 2, Philosophy and Education. Philosophy of Education, Functions of Philosophy of Education, Speculative, Normative Analysis, Logic, Logical Empiricism, Positive Relativism. Unit 3rd, in the Unit 3rd name is Fundamental Philosophical Issue, Metaphysical, Epistemological and Axiological Issue. And Idealism, Naturalism, Pragmatism, Humanism, Existentialism, and with special reference to knowledge, reality, and value. Their contribution to the field of educational objectives and aim. Unit 4th name is Indian School of Philosophy. Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vedanta, Advaita and Vishishta Vedanta. Critical appreciation of the contribution of Indian philosophy, Buddhism, Jainism. Their application in day-to-day teaching learning process in education. Unit 5. The Unit 5 fifth name is Educational Thought of Great Philosophers. Indian philosophers Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, Sri Aurobindo, Rabindranath Tagore, Jiddu Krishnamurti, Jijubhai Badheka. Western philosophers are Plato, Herbert Spencer, John Dewey, Rousseau, Paul Freire. 1. Objective of Unit 1st. After reading this unit, a student will be able to explain the meaning and definition of philosophy, illustrate the different features of education, state the meaning of educational philosophy, analysis the value of studying educational philosophy. First, introduction. Education and philosophy are two intertwined realms and that profoundly shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. At their core, they both seek to unravel the mysteries of existence, guiding individual towards wisdom, enlightenment, and personal growth. In this unit, we embark on a journey to explore the essence of education and philosophy, dissecting their meaning, unraveling their nature, and understanding their fundamental concepts. Education, often regarded as the cornerstone of societal progress, encompasses far more than the mere acquisition of knowledge or the mastery of skills. It is a dynamic process that encompasses the transmission of culture, values, and beliefs from one generation to the next. Education molds minds, shapes preservatives, and empowers individuals to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Philosophy, on the other hand, is the relentless pursuit of wisdom and truth. It delves into the fundamental question of existence, probing the nature of reality, knowledge, ethics, and existence itself. Philosophy is the bedrock upon which all human inquiry rests, providing a framework for critical thinking, rational discourse, and moral reflection. The relationship between education and philosophy is both symbiotic and profound. While education provides the practical means for acquiring knowledge and skills, philosophy offers the conceptual framework for understanding their significance. Together, they form a cohesive tapestry that informs our understanding of the world and our place within it. Throughout this unit, we will delve deep into the meaning, nature, and concept of education and philosophy, exploring the intricate connection that bind them together and the profound implications they hold for human existence. By, by unraveling the complexities of these two disciplines, we hope to gain insight into the fundamental truth that shapes our lives and our collective destiny. Education, meaning, nature, and concept. Education is a lifelong process. It is never ending. It starts with the birth of an individual and then it goes on till the last day of the individual. Education makes an individual a real human being. It is an essential human virtue. Man becomes man through education. The uh, definition of education is according to Raymond. Education is that process of development which consists of the pa- passage of human being from infancy to maturity, the process whereby he adapts himself gradually in various ways to his physical, social and spiritual environment. Two perspectives of education in general, education has two perspectives. First is the student goes to the school for the purpose of receiving education. Second one is education is a pedagogical science studied by the student of teacher education. Let us understand the word education etymologically. First view. First view is the word education is derived from the Latin word educare, which means to bring up or to nourish. Second view, the word education is derived from the Latin word educere, which means to lead out or to draw. In the process of education, efforts is to draw out rather than to put in. Third view, third view is that the word education comes from the Latin word educatum, which means the act of teaching or training. Latin word educare meaning to bring up, to educate or to raise. हम हिंदी में कहें तो कहेंगे कि आगे बढ़ाना, बाहर निकालना अथवा विकसित करना. सेकेंड वर्ड एजुशेयर, एजुशेयर टू लीड आउट, विकसित करना अथवा निकालना. थर्ड वन इज एडुकेटम, एडुकेटम एडुकेटम मीन्स टू एक्ट ऑफ टीचिंग और ट्रेनिंग, टू ट्रेन, इट मीन्स शिक्षित करना. लैटिन भाषा के एडुकेटम शब्द का अर्थ है शिक्षित करना. ई का अर्थ है अंदर से तथा ड्यूको का अर्थ है आगे बढ़ाना अथवा विकास, अर्थात अंदर से विकास. अब प्रश्न यह उठता है कि अंदर से विकास का अर्थ क्या है. इस प्रश्न का सरल उत्तर यह है कि प्रत्येक बालक के अंदर जन्म से ही कुछ जन्मजात प्रवृत्तियां होती है. इट मीन्स इननेट पावर. जैसे जैसे बालक वातावरण के संपर्क में आता है वैसे वैसे उसकी जन्मजात शक्तियों को अंदर से बाहर की ओर विकसित करना, अंदर को ठूसना नहीं. एडुकेटम के अतिरिक्त उक्त दोनों शब्दों एजुशेयर तथा एडुकेयर का अर्थ भी यही है. एडुशेयर का अर्थ है निकालना तथा एडुकेयर का अर्थ है आगे बढ़ाना, बाहर निकालना अथवा विकसित करना. इस प्रकार शिक्षा शब्द का अर्थ जन्मजात शक्तियों का सर्वांगीण विकास है. उपयुक्त पंक्तियों से स्पष्ट हो जाता है कि शाब्दिक अर्थ के अनुसार शिक्षा एक विकास संबंधी प्रक्रिया है. इस विकास की गति एवं प्रकृति को समझने के लिए शिक्षा की सामग्री का ज्ञान होना परम आवश्यक है. Synonyms of education. First is pedagogy. Pedagogy means, sometimes the word pedagogy is used for education, which means to lead the pupil. In other words, pedagogy is a science of instruction for purpose of learning the pupil. In other words, we can say that pedagogy is the science and arts of teaching of children. Here is pedagogy word comes from peda and goji. Peda means child and goji means art and science of teaching. Then shiksha. Similarly, the word shiksha is used for education. रूट वर्ड ऑफ शिक्षा इज शास, संस्कृत वर्ड के शास धातु से ये बना है. शास विच मीन्स टू डिसिप्लिन, टू कंट्रोल, टू इंस्ट्रक्ट और टू टीच. देन विद्या. Sometimes the term vidya is used for education. The term vidya is derived from the word vid, which means to know. विद्या विद शब्द से उत्पन्न हुआ है जिसका अर्थ है जानना. Synonyms of education. Word pedagogy, to lead the pupil, or the art and science of teaching of children. Shiksha, to control, to instruct, to teach. Vidya, to know, with janana. Now, differential approach. In order to understand the meaning of education in a clear and more definite form, education should be distinguished from instruction, training, schooling, literacy, teaching and information. First is education and instruction. Education is more than instruction. as it implies acquisition of knowledge and experience as well as the development of skills, habits and attitudes which help a person to lead a full and happy life. It is the complete view of student's personality. In instruction, we impart the knowledge of particular subject to the student in systematic, planned and logical way. We, of course, include this knowledge in education, but we have to look to something else. A person may be well informed, but he may not be an educated person. Second one is education and training. Training is given in a formal way as it implies preparation under supervision and in a certain framework of rules and regulation. Third one is education and schooling. No doubt schooling is wider term than instruction as it includes academic activities and programs other than classroom instruction of communicated information. Schooling is confined to the period for which a child remains on the rolls of an institution. But education is a lifelong process. It starts when the child is born and continues up to the last moment of death. In other words, we can say that it is warm to tomb process. Third one is education and literacy. Knowledge of reading and writing is literacy. Literacy is only a part of education. Literacy is itself is not education. A literate wife may be less educated than an illiterate wife and an illiterate wife may be educated. Akbar did not know reading and writing, but all of us know that he was the most educated person among the Mughals. Third one is education and teaching. Education is not teaching. Education and teaching are not one and the same thing. In teaching, we impart knowledge of a particular subject to the student. We of course include this knowledge in education, but education cannot be confined to teaching only. Education and information. Education is not a mere collection of information. Information may be helpful in the course of education, but it can never take the place of education. Education cannot be equated with instruction, training, schooling, literacy, teaching and information. It is planned as well as unplanned, organized as well as unorganized, formal as well as informal. Instruction, training, schooling, literacy, teaching and information are confined to planned, organized and formal enterprises. Now, Indian concept of education. Indian education in its wider perspective is more inclined towards spiritual development, gaining knowledge and disciplining the mind. We have to adjust these views in their developing phase in order to establish a consensus among various opinions. First, Rig Veda. According to Rig Veda, education is that which makes a man self-reliant and selfless. Second one, Upanishad. According to Upanishad, education is that whose end product is salvation. उपनिषद के अनुसार शिक्षा का अंतिम सत्ता, अंतिम उत्पाद मुक्ति है. Yajnavalkya's view in Upanishad, education is that which makes a man of good character and useful for the world. Panini's views, the famous Indian grammarian Panini says, human education means the training which one gets from nature. Vivekananda's views, Vivekananda remarks, education is the manifestation of divine perfection already existing in man. He further says, we want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. विवेकानंद जी कहते हैं कि शिक्षा मनुष्य के अंदर सन्निहित पूर्णता का प्रदर्शन है.